Hi, I am Leigh Koechner. Welcome to day number 26 of Ownership, 33 Days to a Happier Life. If you would join me in taking 3 breaths to get grounded, and then we'll get this little party started. Put your feet on the ground, hands on your lap, and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Fantastic. I love that so much. Such an easy way to bring peace and calm to your body. All right, you guys, today's topic is called Teachers All Around Us. And this title reminds me of the movie The Sixth Sense, where the little boy saw dead people all around him. I see teachers all around me. I see teacher people. So ownership, what we're doing is about owning the things that we want to shift, celebrating what's working, and being open to new ways of thinking. Today's topic is one of the ones that is a new way of thinking that can dramatically wake you up and change what you may have considered in the past to be mundane to become magical, for real. Here's a little poem by unknown author, my great friend. No man is your friend, no man is your enemy, every man is your teacher. I like the simplicity of that. Every single person you come in contact with is a teacher. Everyone is helping us along in this game of life. We are here to learn and evolve, and people show up to help us do that. They show up to love you, support you, and trigger you. If you don't learn from them, the same thing will happen over and over and over until you get the message they came to teach. When will you get it? How long will it take? Will you choose to fight and blame? If a relationship feels stressed, it's talking to you. If it's hard, something is out of line. Life is not supposed to be hard. Hard is a reminder that we are off center, or something needs to shift. I'm reading stuff I wrote, and then I'll give some personal examples. Our teachers will show up in the exact ways to set us up to feel, learn, and heal. You can fight them, blame them, or we can thank them and learn from them. The second way is much more fun. I actually think people that trigger us the most are our greatest spiritual teachers. For example, my mother. From my perceived childhood neglect, she taught me the 2 most important things a child needs: to be seen and to be heard. And that actually never ends for any of us. Our deepest basic need is to be seen, to be heard, and to know we matter. So when you learn the lessons the teacher is teaching, they can move on from that story or role, and they are free to show up in a different way. Excuse me, put a little piece of cherry in my mouth. Here are 3 examples of how this has happened in my life. My first is my son Charlie. He's now 18. When he was younger, life was a struggle for him, and everything felt big, from everything from play dates to school to learning and I was constantly trying so hard to fix it and to help and to do everything and get him the best medicine or the best doctors or the best schools or the best friends or the best support groups or the best By the time he was 13, I was so worn out. It was like I was carrying him around on a platter, even though he didn't want to be on there. He was frustrated, I was worn out, and the house was like turned upside down because we were so out of line. And it became clear at that time that the best thing for Charlie, for all of us, was to send him to a boarding school for 2 years. Now, I remember when he left, I crumbled in my bed and wept. It was the saddest I had ever been. I felt like my bones had been crushed because I felt like I wasn't even good enough to take care of my own kid. But what came from that was a learning, the separation of letting Charlie go, stand up on his own, learn who he is, take care of himself, step fully into who he was. And it gave me a break to see my other children and to learn what mothering really was, not what I thought it was, which is to love the person who's in front of you how they need it. Not how you think they should be, and when I moved away, he got to start owning himself. He got to start making his own decisions and getting coping skills for the things he was struggling with. And I learned the lessons from him, to step back, to love and guide and support, but don't try and do too much. It's a disservice. So Charlie was a huge spiritual teacher. Once I got that message, he got to drop that role in that teaching. Now he is 18, darling, talented, handsome, has a cute girlfriend, and he's super happy. And we get along great. He is a great friend of mine now, parent friend, whatever, child friend. And my second one is Sergeant, my son. He's super sensitive, but he always does opposite of what I ask. So I'm constantly triggered, but part of my thing is being rough or anger, and that's why I'm wearing my little tenderness crystal to remind me to be tender. But Sergeant keeps showing up to trigger me, and all he needs is tenderness and love from me. And I act with this, and he, you know, and then it's just this dance of being off center and difficult, hard. And I'm really excited because I've been learning, oh, he just needs me to show up in my calm. He needs me to give him space. He needs me to love him when I need him to do something, not yell at him. So I'm learning from my kids that as I'm doing this, Sergeant is getting to morph into a new role. So we actually free up our teachers when we finally learn what they're trying to teach us. And this third example I want to give is something you can use daily, and it's called No Mundane Moments. Okay, so before I walk into the grocery store or anywhere, I set an intention to be awake, to see the people I am supposed to see, to touch the people, or to learn from the people I'm supposed to learn from, to teach the people I'm supposed to teach, to see the people, and to interact with the people, to learn from. So almost every time, whether it's a smile or a heart-to-heart or something always special happens, because I'm open to seeing it, because we're all connected and we all long to be seen and heard, and when we start to see each other, magic happens. So this way of living makes the everyday magical instead of mundane. It makes every errand, meeting, or interaction beautiful. What will I learn today? What will I see? Who will I touch? Seriously, it's kind of fun too. Instead of just going to the grocery store, before you go in, go, I know I'm going to interact with someone today. I'm going to touch someone. They're going to teach me something. And then you go in with your eyes wide open and you see so much more than you would have if you just went to pick up the red apple or green. I like green apples. I wrote we're spiders. I'm not sure, but we are all spiders in the same universal web. And to dislocate ourselves from another only seeks to separate us from ourselves. Suffering is not necessary to our development. What is necessary is to learn what those in our lives are here to offer. It is in their offering and in our receiving that the true teaching takes root. Freedom comes in loving, and loving comes only when we are truly free. Okay, here's my quote. Hello, friend. Hello, stranger. I look forward to learning what you have shown up to teach me. God, I'm grateful for learning, because when we are done learning, I think we head home. Keep our mind and hearts and eyes wide open. Let us look at the people we're struggling with as gifts, and let us see what is off center and how we can shift, how we can be the change to what we're hoping to see. Sending love and light out to everyone. Amen. All right, guys. My children are my biggest teacher, and they never stop teaching me. It's quite exhausting. Oh, how much I have to learn. Okay, you guys.